You know what I really feel like eating today, Paul?
What's that, Estelle?
Some nice fresh bread.
That sounds delicious. We would have to find une boulangerie first, though. Let's listen to a conversation where one of our French speakers does just that.
Où est la boulangerie Brunet?
La boulangerie Brunet est à droite.
But let's say we don't have a specific boulangerie in mind. We just want to know if there are any in the area.
Instead of asking, où est la boulangerie? Where is the bakery? We could ask, il y a une boulangerie ici? Or, is there a bakery here?
Il y a une boulangerie ici? We know ici means here, but what about that first part? Il y a.
Il y a is a super useful phrase. It means there is or there are.
And il y a can be used at the beginning of both a question and an answer. Il y a une boulangerie ici, for example, means, is there a bakery here?
And il y a une boulangerie ici means there is a bakery here.
Exactement. Let's hear it in a conversation.
Il y a une boulangerie ici?
Oui, il y a une boulangerie à droite.
Merci.
Il y a is made up of three words, il, y, and a. But when spoken quickly, it usually sounds like one word, il y a. Let's try to say it. Repeat after me. Il, y, a. Il y a. Il y a une boulangerie ici?
You know, you can use il y a for more than just directions. You can also use it wherever you might use there is or there are in English.
For example, we can ask, il y a un vol pour New York demain? That means, is there a flight to New York tomorrow?
Yep. Remember that demain means tomorrow.
Oui. Let's hear another situation where il y a can be useful.
Excusez-moi, il y a un train pour Paris à 10 heures?
Non. Il y a un train pour Paris à midi.
So the man said, il y a un train pour Paris à midi. That means there is a train to Paris at noon.
Now, let's go back to our original question. Il y a une boulangerie ici? To answer, we could say, oui, il y a une boulangerie ici. Or we could give specific directions.
For example, we could say that la boulangerie is near something else, like la gare.
That would be la boulangerie est près de la gare. The bakery is near the train station.
La boulangerie est près de la gare. Près de.
Près de. Près means near. But in French, you have to follow it with de, which means of.
So, près de literally means near of or near to.
Let's hear it all together.
Il y a une boulangerie près d'ici?
Oui, il y a une boulangerie près de la gare.
So the man asked if the bakery is près d'ici, which literally means near here or nearby.
Près d'ici is just the combination of the words près de and ici.
Notice how de and ici blend together to make près d'ici.
You try. Repeat after me. Près de. Près d'ici. Près de la gare. La boulangerie est près de la gare.
Now it's your turn to give directions.
When the woman asks if there is a bakery nearby, tell her, yes, there is a bakery near the cafe, in French.
Il y a une boulangerie près d'ici?
Super! Oui, il y a une boulangerie près du café.
I can't wait any longer. I need to get some of that delicious bread.
Well, the directions we heard were pretty clear. Il y a une boulangerie près du café.
Oui. Next lesson, we'll learn what to do if the directions aren't as clear. Now let's get over to that boulangerie.
In the last lesson, we learned how to use two really helpful phrases.
Il y a, which means there is or there are.
And près de, which we can use to say that something is nearby. Let's review. Say, there's a cafe near the bakery, in French. Très bien. Il y a un café près de la boulangerie.
Those were some pretty clear directions.
But what if the directions weren't so clear? Maybe the person asking for directions didn't quite hear or wasn't sure they understood.
Then they might say, Je ne comprends pas. That means, I don't understand.
Je ne comprends pas. Comprends means understand. Comprends.
We've already learned that French loves nasal sounds, like in plan, train, and bon. And comprend has two nasal sounds, con and prend.
Comprends. So if comprends means understand, je ne comprends pas means I do not understand. Remember that you can use ne and pas to say that you don't do something.
Je ne comprends pas.
Now, you try. Repeat after me. Je comprends. Je ne comprends pas. Now let's listen to our French friends talking about where une boulangerie is, but this time there's a little misunderstanding.
Il y a une boulangerie près d'ici?
Oui, près du bar.
Je ne comprends pas. Près de la gare?
Non, près du bar.
So the man said that the bakery is près du bar. That means near the bar.
Right, près du bar. But the woman thought he said près de la gare, or near the train station.
That's an easy mistake to make. The French word for bar, bar, sounds very similar to the French word gare.
Let's listen to that difference again. Bar, gare.
Good to be clear. I wouldn't want to accidentally go to a bar when I'm trying to catch a train.
No, we wouldn't want that.
So bar and gare obviously start with different sounds, but there's also another difference between them. Bar is masculine and gare is feminine. Remember how the man said près du bar and the woman said près de la gare?
Oui, de and le next to each other make du. Près du bar. Près de la gare.
Let's practice this difference again. Repeat after me. La gare. Près de la gare. Le bar. Près du bar. Now that we got that misunderstanding cleared up, let's take a look at another way je ne comprends pas can be used.
Excusez-moi, il y a une boulangerie près d'ici?
Je ne comprends pas. Je ne parle pas français.
So this time it seems like the person being asked the question didn't understand because he doesn't speak French.
That's a pretty good reason not to understand. Now let's listen to another conversation. This time, see if you can catch the misunderstanding.
Bonjour monsieur, excusez-moi.
Bonjour.
Il y a une boulangerie près d'ici?
Oui, il y a une boulangerie près de la gare.
Pardon, je ne comprends pas. La boulangerie est près du bar?
Non, la boulangerie est près de la gare.
Ah, d'accord. Merci. Au revoir.
Au revoir.
So now we know what to say when we don't understand something.
Oui, je ne comprends pas will come in handy in a lot of places, like a noisy bar or café.
Very true.
Misunderstandings happen all the time, so it's good we learned how to clear them up. Let's listen to an example.
Excusez-moi, il y a une boulangerie près d'ici?
Oui, il y a une boulangerie près de la gare.
Je ne comprends pas. Près du bar?
Non, près de la gare.
Now it's time for you to try. Let's hit the streets of Paris for some practice asking for directions.
Imagine this. It's a warm, summery Saturday evening in La Ville Lumière, the city of lights.
You and a friend decide to explore a new neighborhood. You want to find a place to sit and enjoy a nice glass of French wine.
There's only one problem. You don't know the area, so you don't know where to go.
A man walks by you, so you decide to get his attention. Say, "Excuse me, sir," in French. Très bien. Excusez-moi, monsieur.
He turns around and looks at you.
Oui.
Ask him, "Is there a bar near here?" in French. Bravo. Il y a un bar près d'ici?
Je ne comprends pas. Il y a une gare près d'ici?
It seems the man didn't quite hear you correctly. He thinks you're looking for the train station.
Say no, a bar in French. Super. Non, un bar.
Ah, oui. Il y a un bar près de la boulangerie.
He understood you that time. But we have another problem. You don't know where La Boulangerie is either.
Ask him, "Where is the bakery?" in French. C'est bien. Où est la boulangerie?
The man starts laughing and responds to your question with an easier landmark.
La boulangerie est à droite, près du musée.
The man said la boulangerie is to the right, next to the museum. Luckily, both you and your friend know exactly where that is. Now you can go ahead and thank the man for his time. Say thank you, goodbye in French. Excellent. Merci. Au revoir.
De rien. Au revoir.
Parfait. Now that you found your way to un bar, let's try switching roles. This time, it's your turn to give the directions.
Let's imagine you're taking a morning stroll in a Parisian neighborhood when a woman approaches you.
Excusez-moi, il y a un café près d'ici.
Since you know this neighborhood so well, you know exactly where un café is. The one you're thinking of is close by to a nearby train station.
Tell the woman, yes, there's a cafe near the train station, in French. Parfait. Oui, il y a un café près de la gare.
The woman looks confused and asks you another question.
Et où est la gare?
Oh no, it seems like she doesn't know where la gare is after all. You'll have to give her more specific directions. Say, the train station is to the right, in French. Très bien. La gare est à droite.
The woman looks to the right and sees a sign for the local train station. She looks relieved and thanks you for your help.
Ah, merci. Au revoir.
Tell the woman, you're welcome, goodbye, in French. Super. De rien, au revoir.
Now you know how to understand and give directions. It's always a good feeling when you can help someone out.
Oui, especially if you get to show off your new language skills at the same time.